Could only imagine how the creative pitches go for any new gimmicks in WWE NXT land. Perhaps they looked at Reggie and said, hey, wait, look at Reggie. He flips, he does a whole bunch of cool stuff, but most importantly, he flips. Why don't we make him Scrypts? Because he'd be flipping the script, flipping the script, flipping the script. Do you get it? Ha, 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 ha. Fucking hate HBK, you goddamn lazy-eyed fucking moron. How dare you fucking desecrate the sport of professional wrestling with whatever this goddamn drivel is. Flipping the script. Anyway, I'm John Renton with my review of WWE NXT. We're getting closer to NXT deadline. I'm getting closer to the end of my goddamn rope like I'm David Carradine. My goddamn goodness. There were 3 women's matches on a 2-hour wrestling show, and on Raw there was 1. And I don't understand how they could have 3 women's matches that varied in quality, but still, 3 women's matches. They utilized the women's division a whole lot better here than they did on Raw. And then they did other horseshit. There were a few good things on NXT this week, and the only thing that anybody's talking about is putting Reggie in like a Blank Man outfit. If anybody remembers the movie Blank Man, I'm sorry. That movie really wasn't very good. I mean, it is kind of hilarious in a really, really bad way. But they put a stupid mask on him. Like he's either Serpentico with a little bit more size. All due respect to Serpentico, who plays his role just fine on AEW television. But he put Reggie, who was never going to be more than a mid-card act. He can do cool flips, had a really cool theme, or at least a catchy theme. Could do some great Cirque du Soleil stuff because he really was in that. And you could utilize him. Nope, let's put him in a really stupid outfit and make it look like he just doesn't want to be there. Because who would want to be there if you're going to put a stupid outfit like that on somebody? Anyway, recaps of last week's event. And at least Heavy Metal Von Wagner is not the NXT champion. Toxic Attraction come out. JC Jane, my goodness, my goodness. All hail JC Jane. They go over their accomplishments, how Gigi and JC have been multi-time women's tag team champions. Mandy has been champion for 400 plus days. She will probably end up beating, is it Asuka or Shayna has the longest reign? I'm trying to remember. I think she will probably end up beating the longest reign, which means we are going to be in for a long haul. The question is, are they just going to keep feeding other people to her? Are they going to just, do occasional TV feuds? Because the next premium live event after deadline isn't going to be until NXT Stand and Deliver. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of long title reigns for the sake of it, but let's see what they do with Mandy's reign. Even though it's been up and down all around, come on defense work, and it's been a little bit hit and miss, she's been doing well. She's been doing the best she can with the bad creative. So, JC Jane really is the standout of... I mean, that's not knocking Mandy, but Gigi needs JC more than JC needs Gigi, at least in this environment. I'm not knocking Gigi's work. Seen her as Priscilla Kelly, but I think JC has more of the potential to be a breakout single star. They basically mentioned they want the tag titles back, so lo and behold, Katana and Caden show up. Katana sounds like a cartoon mouse is what I noted. And then we get a brief brawl because they've had all these stands. They can't stands no more. And there you go. A brief brawl and they get laid out. So then Tony D'Angelo basically confronts Wesley in the parking lot. No, not the ill-advised location of the NXT parking lot. Never go there. Just teleport from your car to the goddamn venue. Wesley says, well, once I beat Carmelo, you know where to find me because Tony D suffered that knee injury. Whatever it was. And they blame Wesley for it. I mean, obviously they don't blame Wesley, but in storyline. Cora has her stick out, and then we go to break. Grayson's talking to Dookie Nukie Hudson and says, when are you going to stop doing this and be the Duke Hudson that we know? Remember when NXT was a television program that presented wrestling instead of a television program that didn't present anything close to wrestling? We were almost 20 minutes into a 2-hour show before we got to Cora Jade versus Wendy Chu. Put Cora with somebody else and I will give a good goddamn. Nothing against Wendy Chu as a performer. As a talent, in the ring she's fine. This sleepy gimmick is dumb. It's bad. Creative should feel bad. Everybody that thought it was a good idea in creative should feel bad. So basically, after Wendy had the stick and wasn't going to use it, and the referee's like, oh, just stop. Don't try to use it. Stop. I'll jerk on this stick with you. That was kind of gross. Cora gets Wendy wet with her own drink and then pins her 1, 2, 3. There you go. That was a wrestling match. Alleged wrestling match. Put Cora Jade in with better people. Apollo was at a diner for a pre-tape about winning the NXT championship. I'm amazed this wasn't the Gunpowder Milkshake Diner. That was a fun movie. Check that out on Netflix. It's a lot more fun than NXT. Mackenzie was interviewing Kiana James. She's going to go out and beat Ivy Nile and then get Fallon Henley's bar. And then Javier Bernal shows up and has a list printed out on old paper like he's Chris Jericho from that ill-fated Hold Number 1 arm bar promo from 1998. That 1998 Nitro. This must be Meathead Mike night, as Tony Schiavone said. Elon Musk got mentioned, and a whole bunch of other people got mentioned, like Drake the rapper. Drake's an alleged rapper, by the way. This was... I don't mind Javier Bernal getting opportunities. I don't mind people getting chances to talk, but this is excruciating just as much as last week's edition was. This is awkward. Speaking of awkward, more Chase University bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, here's Pretty Deadly. There's a lot of bullshit on this show. And of course, Pretty Deadly trying to get that Edge and Booker T shampoo commercial. They are fighting over shampoo. That was a tweet from NXT. I checked the timeline after I went back and watched this, and good grief. When are you going to become who we know you are? Duke gets beat up for a bit and then talks to Chase later. Kiana James took on Ivy Nile. Both of them have potential. Kiana is certainly not bad for not having wrestled way too long. Has a good look. Ivy Nile has a very good look. And the match was what it was. It wasn't great. There was a head scissor cell that was a little bit dodgy, but you know what? They'll learn. Fallon Henley shows up. And Ivy Nile ends up catching a distracted Kiana in a Dragon Sleeper. And then we're probably getting Fallon Henley versus Kiana James. Winner gets the bar. Bar on a pole match. Vince Russo has struck again. So the Creeds show up. They call out Undishare for Deadline. And then we get Isla Dawn. She says she's coming for St. Elmo's Fire. Why is she dressed up like Simone Simons from Epica? Anybody who expected an Epica reference on a wrestling fan show, yeah, you're going to get one here. I actually like Epica. They're a bit of a weird band, but Simone Simons, my goodness, she's gorgeous. And I like that they're trying to do something here, and this might have worked better if St. Elmo's Fire hadn't gotten like 3 or 3,000 shots at the NXT Women's Championship. I mean, Isla Dawn versus St. Elmo's Fire could be okay. I will call her Alba Fire one day, but just St. Elmo's Fire is just funnier to me. Dookie Nukie talks to Andre and says, hey, we got a tag title shot. Then Andre yells at a guy, a student that was interviewing with him, or whatever. What did they do to Reggie? Look how they massacred this guy. Look how they massacred. I didn't want to actually say the line from Godfather because I realized with the connotation of me being white and being black how it would have sounded. So, what did they do? What did they do to Reggie? Look at his eyes. He knows this is stupid, and it is stupid. And it's not even he disappeared without warning. I don't know if he had an injury or what. I'm not actually sure. I hope it wasn't anything personal. If it was, I hope he's all right. But Reggie, who at least could do some cool athletic stuff, and oh yeah, let's put him in this. Yes, he can do a flip into the ring. He can do that, and he can do some stuff. And maybe they were having him work on his basics and get a little bit better because he's got something. He's got some pizzazz. Then they put the stupid outfit on him. There were Reggie chants because everybody knows who the fuck he is. They've seen him on Raw and SmackDown. Even if they haven't seen him for a while, they know who the hell he is. He faced Guru Raj. I don't know who Guru Raj is. No disrespect. Reggie won. I'm just going to call him Reggie because Scrypts is stupid. This is really bad. And he leaves a card with Scrypts on it with a Y for maximum coolness. And he leaves. And it was stupid, and it's really bad, and you might as well just give him his walking papers. I mean, I didn't think it was... I thought it was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Speaking of bad, the Schism deserve their thanks, or deliver, rather. They don't deserve anything. This group deserves to be disbanded, and these people deserve to be utilized better because the schism is stupid. They deliver their Thanksgiving message and put a guy through a table. In the next segment, Tricky Ticky Williams is talking to Mackenzie, who's all over the goddamn place on this show. I like Mackenzie. She's got personality. Wesley says, well, wait a second, Trick. You're saying that Carmelo doesn't need you. No, we're a package deal, so he does need you to win. No, fine, I'll stay backstage. Rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season. That was essentially it. Grandma Star comes out, and then we go to break, and then Steiner is fishing. Why is he fishing? It calms him down. You want a friend? Go get a hook, line, and sinker. Okay, that didn't work at all. Grandma Stark took on Sol Ruca, who is athletic, and Grandma Stark isn't bad. She certainly is athletic and moves well for somebody that was around during the time that Bobby Fish was around for the Civil War. Knee strike, 1, 2, 3, and then she tries to beat her down a little bit more. Wait, nope. Zoe tries to beat down Sol. Too many pronouns, pal. Tries to beat down Sol Ruca, and Nikita Lyons makes a save. Inoue and Blade ask Heavy Metal Von Wagner for, hey, you want to come dancing with me, Inoue and Odyssey Jones? What about Von Wagner looks any fun or like he understands how to spell dancing or do it? I know that I dump on Von Wagner a lot, and I will continue to do so because from a presentation standpoint, this guy has no business being on a wrestling program. He then knocks him. He rips Blade. Sorry, he rips Blade's sweater vest, and he had just talked about that being part of his dad's collection, or that he wears them to honor his dad that passed. And Odyssey Jones shows up, not a moment too late. That ill-advised location of the parking lot. Chase University makes their entrance. We go to break. Charlie Dempsey is playing cards, working out like old guys like Frank Gotch and others, and says, just let me beat people up. Charlie Dempsey does not belong in NXT. I think he could work just fine on the main roster because NXT is a dumpster fire. Alright, Pretty Deadly took on Andre Chase and Dookie Nukie Hudson for the NXT Tag Team Championships. I'm going to tell you verbatim what I wrote down. Oh, hell no. People can say that I'm petty, but you know what? I watch enough bad stuff as it is. I tune out enough bad stuff as it is. And if they are going to continue to say that Pretty Deadly are purported to be one of the best tag teams and they're going to look like goddamn figure skating idiots, I will not pay attention. Also, they're just goofy. They just act goofy, and I don't understand the gimmick, and I don't want to understand the gimmick, and I don't need to understand the gimmick. And also, Andre Chase, this whole Chase University thing is stupid. I'm sorry, it's stupid. Later, Thea gets knocked down. Dookie Nukie checks on her. And then we get a melee. And then Pretty Deadly wins. It was about 15 minutes of cable television for that horse shit. Roxanne and Indy were fighting via TikTok, and Elektra Lopez was watching on. We got a 6-woman tag next week with Katana, Chance. No, Katana is Chance. Katana, Carter, and Lions against Toxic Attraction. Iron Survivor participants will be announced next week. No doubt Shawn Michaels will be keeping one eye on the fans and one eye on the camera. And then Carmelo Hayes and Wes Lee had a North American Championship match where they had a bunch of great athletic shit, stuff to blend together. But I will say that as far as two guys that are really good performers, these two are. And they did some good stuff. Tricky Ticky came out later, got knocked down, didn't get back up again because Hayes got kept down after some driver, 1, 2, 3. And then suddenly, Dijachono, as I'm going to call him, because Chris Dijakovic, looks just like Masahiro Chono. And he attacks Wesley and beats him up. Booker didn't know who he was. Booker T is abysmal on commentary, by the way, and has no business being on commentary for WWE. It's distracting and, quite frankly, annoying. He sounds like just a series of sound bites by this point. That was NXT. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ricklin. I'll see you soon.